court in Romania has agreed to allow the controversial social media influencer Andrew Tate to leave prison and move into house arrest. The British-American former kickboxer has millions of online followers. He's being investigated for a number of crimes, all of which he denies. Tim Allman reports.
Hello, Andrew.
Freedom at last.
It seemed almost like a hero's welcome as Andrew Tate returned to his home in Romania. But he wanted to stress he was also relieved and grateful.
I want to give respect, firstly, to the judges who heard us today, because they were very attentive and they listened to us and they let us free. So I have to give absolute respect to them. I have no resentment in my heart for the country of Romania or for anybody else. I just believe in the truth.
Andrew Tate is a controversial character. He has a huge following online, and he's previously been accused of misogyny.
It's been proven that the smartest people in the world are men.
See, that's,
But
I think
that's been proven.
And I said that female infidelity is more disgusting than male infidelity. And I think that the world agrees with me.
Then, in December last year, Romanian police raided his home. Along with his brother and two local women, he's being investigated on allegations of rape, people trafficking and forming an organised crime group. He continues to deny any wrongdoing.
I truly believe that justice will be served in the end. There is 0% chance of me being found guilty of something I have not done. I maintain my absolute innocence, and I think most people understand this, and I look forward to being home.
The two brothers have been forbidden from contacting any witnesses and can't leave their house without approval from the authorities. No charges have yet been brought. Andrew Tate says he'll now focus on reading the Quran and doing push-ups. Tim Allman, BBC News.
What I've been struck by in the last 72 hours or so since this indictment came down was, as usual, just the rush to defend Donald Trump and sort of treat him as a martyr among Republicans who know better. I mean, these are putative leaders of the party, Kevin McCarthy's and even his rivals in the presidential race, Ron DeSantis, Mike Pence, and go down the list. I mean, this is probably, the 1,000th potential off-ramp they could have used to maybe get some distance between themselves and Donald Trump. But what's interesting also is that these are people who don't want him to be their nominee. And as long as they just say nothing and have this instinct to kowtow to him, he's only going to get stronger because, just that's what the deference does. I mean, he has shown that he will thrive in any setting in which he is not being stopped, and he will take what is given to him, and when people don't stop him, he just keeps going. And if you've sort of looked at this in the last few weeks, his poll numbers have only gotten stronger in comparison to DeSantis and others who are running against him. And look, it just seems like they're all rolling over again, which is kind of a redux of everything Republicans have done for the last 6 or 7 years.
Family of both Taylor Mosley and Passion Jeffrey are grieving tonight after Taylor was found dead.
It is my condolences going out to the family and to his loved ones. We are sorry that it had to end this way.
St. Pete Police Chief Anthony Holloway said detectives saw an alligator with an object in its mouth at Del Holmes Park. That's across town from the apartment where Jeffrey was stabbed to death.
They fired one round to the alligator. The alligator dropped the object that he had in his mouth, and we were able to retrieve Taylor's body intact.
Taylor's father, Thomas Mosley, is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder for both Taylor and Passion's deaths.
We didn't want to find him this way, but at least we can bring some closure to that family now.
Earlier today, that family spoke about mother and son.
He's always calling his mom on his cell phone.
Yep, always.
He misses mom. They call each other all the time. She really loved Taylor.
Police don't know how Taylor got to the lake or the cause of death for the toddler.
We just want to say that Taylor is a beautiful little boy, and he's really loving and caring.
According to Chief Holloway, Thomas Mosley is still in the hospital. Police said Wednesday, the last time Passion and Taylor were seen alive, was Mosley's 21st birthday.
For the first time in the history of this country, an American president has been indicted for his role in paying hush money to a porn star, although in fairness, that's a pretty narrow window. Like when Grover Cleveland was president, porn stars were very hard to come by.
This is good news for everybody, even him. He now gets to join his J6 prison choir, you know. They're #1 on iTunes, baby.
When she heard Stormy Daniels was like, oh, so this is what it feels like to be satisfied.
But hey, let this be a lesson to all you kids out there, okay? If you commit fraud to cover up an affair with a porn star, the law will catch up to you after like 7 years and a full term as president.
He's going to be arrested. He will be fingerprinted. He will be read his Miranda rights. Wait until he finds out all this time he had the right to remain silent. He's going to kick himself.
Tonight, monumental and epic. That is how Stormy Daniels is describing Donald Trump's indictment tonight in a new interview with the Times of London. Daniels, of course, is at the center of this entire case. She's the adult film star who received the $130,000 in hush money payments during Trump's presidential campaign. Kyung La is out front.
I don't know. Like, I still feel kind of numb. It's starting to sink in now, but not in a good way.
Stormy Daniels, in her first interview since Donald Trump's indictment, tells the Times UK this is a vindication.
I get in these moments where I get emotional and I'm like, I wish I'd never done this. This is so stupid. But I'd still do the same thing because it was the right thing to do.
It's a legal decision that's been years in the making since Daniels first burst into the public spotlight. She's known as the adult movie actress tied to the former president, but she was born Stephanie Clifford. She writes in her biography about a childhood in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, neglected, left alone without food by her single mother. She also describes a childhood assault by a man who lived next door to a friend. I was 9, I was a child, and then I wasn't. Her path out of poverty was first stripping, then pornography. She became Stormy Daniels as an adult actress, then a director. In 2006, Daniels was in Lake Tahoe, California, promoting her adult film company at a celebrity golf tournament where she met Donald Trump and says she had consensual sex with him. Trump has consistently denied the affair. Fast forward to October 2016. Donald Trump is a Republican nominee for president. Court filings and the federal prosecution of then-Trump personal attorney Michael Cohen show Trump org executives authorized payments days before the 2016 election to cover Cohen's $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels. The goal? To silence her from going public about the alleged affair. But Daniels has already tried to tell her story. In 2011, Daniels agreed to talk to tabloid magazine In Touch for $15,000. The story was not printed in 2011. But in 2018, Daniels did go public with the story that was now a spectacle. Trump, former reality TV star, was the president of the United States.
My attorney and I are committed to making sure that everyone finds out the truth and the facts of what happened.
It put her in the center of a media, political, and pop culture storm.
Hello, Donald.
Today, Daniels continues her adult movie career, remains private about her daughter, and while there's an occasional dig at Trump on her social media accounts, Daniels has avoided directly talking about this case. But now that this historic indictment unfolds, Daniels tells Times UK that her safety is more in jeopardy than ever before.
The first time it was like, gold digger, slut, whore, liar, whatever. And this time it's like, I'm gonna murder you.
And Daniels continued on that the threats this time around are more violent, they are more graphic. For the very first time, she says that she is terrified. And the real big difference this time, Erin, is she says that it is Trump who is inciting the violence, so it is very different this time.
Wow. Oh, it's amazing. And obviously, just to hear her say this, right? The person at the center of all this speaking out. All right, Kyung, thank you very much.
To the indictment of former President Donald Trump. He's due in New York City on Monday ahead of Tuesday's expected court appearance. ABC's Rachel Scott is at Mar-a-Lago in Florida with the very latest. Rachel, good morning.
Wait, good morning to you. And we are learning more about how many charges Donald Trump could face from this indictment as the former president prepares to turn himself in just a matter of days.
This morning, new details in the unprecedented indictment of former President Donald Trump. Sources tell ABC Trump has been charged with around 24 counts, including felonies. The exact charges are still unknown, remaining under a seal until Trump is arraigned in court. Sources say that's expected to happen Tuesday, when the former president turns himself in to authorities. His attorney already promising a fight.
We'll proceed to see a judge at some point, plead not guilty, start talking about filing motions, which we will do immediately and very aggressively.
That indictment by the Manhattan grand jury stemming from an alleged $130,000 hush money payment before the 2016 election, after an alleged affair with porn star Stormy Daniels. And prosecutors saying there is more. The district attorney also digging into a $150,000 payment to another woman, Playboy model Karen McDougal.
There was a real relationship there. There were real feelings between the two of us.
McDougal claims she was paid off before the election to cover up an alleged affair she had with Trump in 2006. The former president denying both affairs ever happened, and Republicans are lining up to defend him, including his rivals.
When you get into political prosecutions like this, it's more about revenge than it is about justice.
It's a sad day for America this has happened.
The unprecedented indictment of a former president of the United States on a campaign finance issue is an outrage.
As for President Biden, so far, he's refusing to comment at all.
No, I'm not going to talk about Trump's indictment.
In the 24 hours following the news of the indictment, the Trump campaign says they raised $4 million. Sources tell us that after the former president is expected to be arraigned in New York, he will then travel back here to Florida and continue his campaign for president. Whit.
All right, Rachel, thanks.